welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to YouTube to me. Got some explaining to do. So clearly I've been MIA. I was so excited about starting my YouTube journey, and I was on a roll, so motivated, and then I just completely fell off. Oh my goodness. Yes.
I was about to say, let me get that soap, but I'm going to use the rest of this cream wash.
Okay. Anyways, so as I was saying, I was on a roll with YouTube, and then I just completely ghosted. And this is why, not to make excuses, but that first trimester came in strong and took me out. I was exhausted. I was tired. I was fatigued. All of that. I was in the bed. And so my motivation was gone. My energy was gone. And I've actually missed filming. And so I'm excited to share with you guys. But we're having another baby. I didn't really get too far into my whole life and family with you guys before this happened, but here we are. So we are on baby number 5 in total. This is my third pregnancy, so this will be my third baby, and I have 2 bonus babies from my husband that he had prior to marriage, and so in total that's going to be a family of 5, plus Onyx the dog. But yeah, so here we are. Wow, a family of 7. Wow. So clearly I'm still processing. Like, that's a big family. I didn't come from a huge family, but my parents did, actually. Both of my parents have a lot of siblings. My husband came from a pretty big family as well, but me, it was just me, my parents, and my brother. So this is new for me, but I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. I'm embracing the storyline that God has for me at this point. I know I previously expressed, like, back in the day, I thought I was going to be just like this bachelorette in New York with a fashion line, and that wasn't God's plan for me. He sat me down at home and made me a wife and a mother. And hi. And so I'm excited for this journey. Okay, you say hi. All right, go play with Sissy in your room. Okay, it's okay. I'll send him in a minute. So yes, here we are on baby number 5. Technically, it'll be 3 kids in the house full time. Hi. Okay, hi. So let's get into the details of my BJ. Okay. So let's get into the details of this pregnancy. So like I said, this is my 3rd pregnancy, and I'm currently 5 months now, 18 weeks. Baby is the size of a cucumber, allegedly, is what my app says. It's okay, Zoe. So far, I'm up 7 pounds, which I feel like this pregnancy, I'm not gaining as much as fast as my previous ones. Don't know why, don't know how, but that's just the difference in this pregnancy. Um, as far as symptoms, um, first trimester symptoms, like I said, exhaustion, definitely was tired. Um, I would wake up tired. I would wake up, get dressed, be ready for a nap. Um, and that lasted for maybe 4 or 5 weeks. And other than that, I would say in the first trimester, I did have nausea, um, but I actually never had like actual morning sickness in any of my pregnancies, and that's all glory to God. I think I threw up once with Zoe in my first pregnancy, and that was it. But um, throughout my pregnancies, I've never had morning sickness, which is a blessing. I gotta credit that to God because I don't know any other way that that's possible because I've heard the stories and I know it's very common. Um, but I did get nauseous pretty frequently. So it's like you get really hungry because you're pregnant, obviously, but then nothing sounds good. And you finally figure out something you want to eat, and then you eat, and then you're nauseous, and you're like food, gross. And then by the time that feeling subsides, you're hungry again. And then you got to figure it out all over again. And then you eat, and then you're nauseous, and then it goes away, and it's just a cycle. So that was the first trimester, just nausea and exhaustion mainly. Um, Second trimester so far has been pretty good. I've kind of lost my motivation to go to the gym, which I'm fighting to get back because I do really value fitness during pregnancy. I think it helps a lot. And in the past, it's definitely helped out with my recovery and even with the delivery process. I feel like having a strong core is essential. So normally that's what I try to like keep up with throughout pregnancy, and honestly even now arms, like I work on my arms quite a bit, which was not the case previously, but now I do because I'm constantly picking up the toddler. So, um, let's see. As far as second trimester symptoms, my back went out the other day, which is weird, and I didn't know what was going on, but I came to find out that that's also a symptom because, um, like certain hormones and chemicals and your body's adjusting and making room for your organs and things to shift around. And so, yeah, it was like a really interesting experience. My back just decided to sit me down. I had to sit down for a few days, and just put an ice pack, I mean, not an ice pack, a heating pad on and recover from that. But we're good now. What else? So my back went out, and I'm hungry all the time, but without the nausea. So I'm actually loving that. It's one of my favorite parts of pregnancy is being able to eat. Um, I just I embrace it. I embrace the hunger, embrace the appetite, and eat to my heart's content. And so that's definitely kicked in. I'm actually hungry right now, come to think about it. And I just ate a chicken sandwich and fries. So I'm gonna find something to eat after this. But anywho, so I think that's about it as far as my symptoms right now. It's just like the aches and pains here and there and extreme hunger. Um, yeah. As far as finding out that I was pregnant again, um, it's an interesting story, but for now, the short version, I'll just say what prompted me to take a test was missed period, as well as which this was a symptom with my daughter, but I made some coffee, or I would like drink my usual coffee, but one day I made it and it was disgusting. And that's not like me. I love my coffee. I drink coffee or matcha every day. And I just suddenly did not like it. It was gross. And so food aversions, that's another symptom. And yeah, so I just like I love coffee. And to suddenly not love it anymore, I was like, okay, let me take a test. And sure enough, it was positive. So that's how we found out. I didn't do any like extravagant like reveals to my family or anything. I feel like it's the third one, so I was just like, oh yeah, by the way. But I do want to do a better job, like with making the most of this pregnancy. So we'll do better. Um, so as far as how I feel, because that's the question I get a lot. I get, how are you feeling? Almost every day. And I feel fine. I feel good. I feel fairly normal. Um, and just looking forward to it at this point. It is what it is. Like, I'm embracing it. My husband's excited. He would have babies unlimited if it was up to him. So he's excited, really happy with our growing family. I'm excited. I think it'll be an interesting dynamic having the toddler and a baby. And then my daughter is 7. So she's done a really good job with like helping out with BJ, our 2-year old. And so I think she'll do really well with the baby as well. And I think BJ will also enjoy the baby. So I'm excited to see that dynamic. But yeah, I'm embracing it. And so with the family growing, we are having to actually move some things around in here. If y'all could see the rest of the house, it's actually in shambles right now. We are currently updating the kids' room, which I am planning to share. I'm filming the process. The room that was my daughter's is now being converted to a neutral room for her and BJ. So we've got to take out all the pink and the glitter and rainbows. And we're going for a forest theme. So it's going to be like green and animals and just something that's good for both of them. We had to figure out a happy medium that would fit a boy and a girl and a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old. So we're in the process of that right now, and it's coming along nicely. So I'm excited to share that. And I also plan to film some more content, probably some videos about just like clinging to God throughout pregnancy and what pregnancy looks like in a biblical sense, like scriptures we can lean on throughout pregnancy, and just things about family and God's blessings and children and motherhood and womanhood and all the things. So I'm excited to hop back in to the YouTube world and get back to sharing. But for now, I think that's everything. Yeah, I think that's everything. But yeah, here we are. We're having a baby. Super excited and can't wait to share the journey.